Well, hello there, Aquarius. How are you? It is always so good to see you. So, today we are going to do your end of 2025 reading. So, this is going to incorporate October, November, and December. We'll see what you may need to tie up into a bow here at the end of the year in order to not just finish out this year, but to also finish out a 9-year cycle, because 2025 is a 9-year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. And next year, 2026, we start a new 9-year cycle. So this is kind of, if you're feeling like the energies have been kind of chaotic, they are, because they're helping us to figure out what it is we want to take forward with us in the new year, and what lessons, what people's situations have we learned what we need to learn, and it's time to allow ourselves to let go and to move forward. So let's jump into it. Let's see what is on the horizon for you. Lion spirit, be generous of spirit. Wow, powerful. Valiant courage, take action with passion. Both of these are about courage, having the strength and the courage to go in the direction that your heart, your passions are calling you to go in, and to do it in a loving way. To be generous with spirit means to do it in the name of your soul's purpose, right? Whatever that may mean in your daily life. But it's no longer allowing yourself to just follow the crowd. Aquarius, you're not a crowd follower, right? But this is the energy of stepping more boldly into your power, into going in the direction you want to go in, right? You may have to be a lone horse for a little bit. Maybe you've been a lone horse for a little while, but you're understanding you need to put more distance between you and either a person or a situation. That person or situation could be out of your life, but maybe it's time to really, it's kind of interesting. They're really showing me the back of that knight. Like allowing yourself to say, okay, I'm turning my back, right, on to what has occurred in the past. And I'm going forward with so much enthusiasm and passion for what it is that I'd like to experience, how I would like to give to others. This is the energy of being generous with your time, your energy, your insight, your wisdom, your skills, your talents, but not in order to give them away, right? But in order to have that equal exchange between you and other people in whatever way that might mean. Now, they're also pointing out this is the number 37, and 3 plus 7 equals 10. So you're definitely at the end. Wow, this is incredible. You have the Ascended Masters coming in. I think that there's something you don't really and truly want to admit is over, right? And it could be something that ended at some point in the last 9 or even 10 years. And it's kind of like, well, I was hoping that person or that situation would come around, right? It could be somebody that you kind of said goodbye to at some point during the last 9 years. And you're kind of like recognizing, I'm at the end of this long cycle. Am I going to allow my energy to be almost hijacked? That's the energy of being hijacked by somebody or a situation that honestly may not even be in your life anymore, but you're allowing your time and energy to go there. Asking yourself, I feel like you're really kind of going deep. Right? Why are you allowing yourself to ruminate? Okay. That's kind of an interesting word. Ruminate. You are an air sign, right? I'm a Gemini, so I'm a fellow air sign. We can get up in our heads and just keep going over the same conversation or situation in our heads over and over again, trying to analyze it, overanalyze it, trying to logically make it make sense. But this is the energy. You're not going to see the sense in this, right? Whatever this person or situation, especially if they walked away from you, it just doesn't make sense to you, right? It's almost kind of like, well, if I had just known what I could have done or whatever. This is almost like, okay, I feel like there's something here where Spirit's coming in and saying, you're maybe not meant to know at this time. Maybe this is something you don't really figure out until years down the road, right? There could be somebody that's kind of keeping something secret from you. They don't want you to know the truth, right? And it's not about really you, Aquarius. It's really a truth that they have about themselves that they've been hiding from you, but you're picking up on that energy of secrecy or hiding, or I just want to know why. Right? Oh my goodness, I can totally relate to that. But Spirit's saying, no, you don't have to know why. Closure doesn't come from the other person. Closure comes from ourselves. Allowing ourselves to say, enough is enough. I'm allowing myself to move forward. And I think that that's what you're doing. There's an energy here of cutting the cords, of saying, enough is enough. I've waited long enough. I've given enough. You are enough. Knowing that there doesn't seem to make logical sense of this situation or this relationship. It's not logical. It's a spiritual, look, this is a spiritual lesson. This is a spiritual situation, evolution, progress on your path, and allowing yourself to say, okay, that's okay. It's okay to not know. Yeah, and as air signs, it's kind of like, no, I just want to know the truth. Just tell me the truth, right? Then I can deal with it. You are moving into such happier times at the end of this year. I feel like right now, your spirit guides and angels are coming in. They're helping you to stay present. They're kind of like, don't worry about the past. Don't worry about the past. This may be even kind of like an obsession you could have about trying to figure out something that occurred in the past or why a person did or said a certain thing. Once again, it's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of them and their own fears or insecurities, right? Allowing yourself to say, okay, I don't know, but I also am allowing myself and giving myself permission to move forward with courage, knowing that I will love or prosper again, whatever this may be. If this is in career or relationship, I feel like it's kind of, it could be either. I'm going to take that back. I was going to say more relationship. It could involve people in your life as well as your career. Because what you don't know, see, there's two people here and they're having a conversation, but you see how the milk or the tea, the water is dripping here and there's a man standing there, right? What you don't know is that there's some hidden truth or something that you don't see. There's a veil here. You don't see the whole truth. You're not seeing this person for who they really and truly are. They're maybe very deceptive. They may be very good at hiding their feelings or hiding their truth. But see, you have the deep knowing. There's something your intuition is telling you. There's something here. I want to know. I want to know. And Spirit is saying, you're wasting way too much time and energy. Allow yourself to let this go so that you can start planting seeds for yourself and what it is that you desire as you move forward. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, it is. It's just take a step every single day. It's time to broaden your horizons. It's time to allow yourself to start thinking, dreaming of love again. Or thinking and dreaming of starting your own business or moving your career or your job in a different direction. It could mean for some of you that you're also thinking about moving. It's kind of like, okay, it's almost like there's nothing left for me here, a little bit of that energy, whether that's a relationship, a job, a career, a place that you're living, there's nothing left for me here. So am I going to just allow myself to sit here and stew about it, right? Or am I going to allow myself to say, what would I like to create for myself? Empress energy. It's almost like you have the choice, right? And we always have the choice of making decisions in our life, rather either out of fear or out of love. This is the energy of I'm not choosing the next path. I'm not choosing the seeds I want to plant in 2026. I'm not choosing what it is that I want 9 years from now based on fear of what other people may say or do, or how that might affect the chance that somebody might come back or a job comes back around. It's kind of like, no, I'm going to love myself enough to say, what direction do I want to go in next? What am I allowing myself to have the courage to say, there's nothing left for me here, and allowing yourself to move forward? I feel like this is kind of hard because it's really something near and dear to you, Aquarius. And on top of that, it has that energy of just, I don't understand why. I don't understand why this, yeah, you have, oh, yeah, you're absolutely obsessed with this. So you have the King of Swords, right? Your energy, but you have the Magician and you have the Devil card. So there's something here about recognizing that you're obsessing, okay, over seeing the truth in the situation, but you can't see the truth because the person or the people that are involved in whatever the situation this is, they're the magician. They're creating that veil, if you will. They're, it's kind of like a magician gets you to look in a different direction while they're, putting a scarf down in their sleeve or getting a bird ready to pop out of a hat or whatever, right? It's all illusion. And that's what this person or the situation is. You're not able to see the truth because the person that you are dealing with, and when these two cards come out, it is difficult energy, Magician and Devil, right? So this is manipulation. This is weaving a web so that you can't see the truth. This could be lie on top of lie on top of lie. Gaslighting at the highest level, right? You're trying to figure out like what's true, what's not true. The spirit is saying, no, just walk away. You're spinning your wheels. So you have round and round. You're just spinning your wheels here. So I think in November, you're getting to the point. In October, I think you're still trying to figure out, all right, what's going on here? Your intuition, you're just, we have the Six of Pentacles. You could be feeling a little bit of that gaslighting going on, that breadcrumbing. And then all of a sudden in November, you're kind of like, well, the end of the year is coming up. Spirit and your divine team are coming in to say, hey, this person, this situation cannot move forward into 2026 with you. They're detrimental. These two cards together, they're detrimental. They're toxic. They're getting you confused in what it is that you want to create. Here you are, the Empress, but they're creating all of this fear, self-doubt. You're not sure what direction to go in. You're not sure what's up and what's down. When I was a child, I was at Lake Champlain, and I was on a little raft, and the raft got turned over, and I was underneath the water, and I had no idea which way was up and which way was down. It was that type of energy, and honestly, an angel came and saved me because I really and truly, I was at a loss. I just remember being underneath the water, and it was murky, and not figuring out. I could see light in the water, but I couldn't tell where the light was coming from. And I feel that's a little bit of what is happening here. Is your spirit guides and angels are guiding you. They're guiding you towards the lighter days ahead. They're saying you no longer have to be in the dark tunnel. It's time to move forward. It's time to go into 2026, but you have to cut the cord here. Whatever this is, it's time to cut the cord and not to worry about it. It's just kind of like cut it, wish them well, wish yourself well, and move forward. Because look, in December, you're ending the year in a sense of peace, of harmony, of co-creating with spirit, and not trying to co-create with somebody that's manipulative. You're finding peace and happiness. You're understanding. You're having a greater sense of what it is that you want to build, especially for the next 9 years. Since 2026 is a 1 year, it's kind of like, okay, what do I want in 9 years? And once you stop spinning your wheels with this person or situation, it's almost like you start seeing clarity of what direction you want to go in. I think, October and November, you may continue just kind of like spinning your wheels with this, trying to figure out. They're saying, what is it? Juice out of a turnip? Okay, something like that. I'm hearing that. You're trying to squeeze juice out of a turnip? I don't know. I have no idea about anything about turnips. So it's kind of like allowing yourself to say, there's nothing left here. The only thing I can do is give myself permission to move forward towards those happier days, towards the happiness and the joy that I know I deserve, right? The Four of Wands, celebrations, happiness, joy, abundance. And then you also have strategy and planning. It's time to start strategizing and making a plan for what it is that you do want to create as you move forward, instead of trying to fix something that truly is unfixable. All right. So I think you know this, Aquarius. I think this reading is kind of like this. If you've been waiting for a sign or a message, right? This could be your sign or your message. Yeah, there's nothing left here. Even though you're trying to get more juice out of the turnip, right? There's nothing left. The courageous thing to do is to move forward with a sense of passion and excitement for new things to create. New relationships, right? Perhaps even moving. Wow. All right. So Aquarius, let's pull a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Am I on the right path? You are, when you allow yourself to move forward. I think that's where you are. I'm a Gemini, and so I can go back and forth, especially when I have a situation like this. It's kind of like, well, should I just try a little bit harder or should I walk away, right? And I can make a decision, and then 2 minutes later, it's like, well, wait a minute. I second guess, right? Geminis are notorious for second guessing themselves. I feel like you've been second guessing yourself with this, kind of like just going in a circle. I'm walking away. No, I'm coming back. I'm walking away, right? And it could even be that this person with these two cards keeps, when you walk away, then they give you a little breadcrumb to get you to come back, right? Especially in a relationship. So it's kind of like allowing yourself to say, wait a minute, why am I giving my power up to this person? You're allowing yourself to let them show themselves for who they really are, right? If they only give you love, attention, acknowledgement when you're walking away, and not while you're there with them every single day, right? If they only are willing to offer to pay you more, or give you more attention or affection or love when you're walking out the door, right? That's not the type of person you want to be with. You want to feel that acknowledgement, that love, that affection every single day. You're giving it. You are giving it, Aquarius, right? Understanding, I also want to receive it. And I don't want to receive it with this. This is kind of a toxic, codependent type of energy. right? And I'm no longer playing that game. I'm starting a new 9-year cycle and I'm not playing games. I'm showing up for myself. I'm respecting myself enough to say thank you, but no thank you to people that really and truly are not showing up for me on a daily basis. Wow, powerful. It does lead you to creating exactly what it is that you want. I feel like you're understanding. This is almost like an anchor, right? You're cutting off the anchor and allowing yourself to move forward very quickly. I feel like things start falling into place for you in 2026. Wow, beautiful. All right, I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for being here and for all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.